Let's do it. Let's do it. Microphone check one, two. What is this? The ADJ boys are back to business. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The red dot is on. We live Fox 5. I don't want to waste your time. So let's get right into the show. What's going on, man? It's the one and only holiday season. You're here for a reason. And today is episode 10 of the Road to 1,000. Road to 1,000 subscribers, road to 1,000 followers, road to the fitness journey, road to the cooking chef success. Whatever road you're on, that's the road we're getting to. I hope you're having a fantastic day, a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you're listening to this. But as I am recording this today, we are 48 days away from the end of the year 2023. And I can remember the beginning of the year like it was yesterday. I remember working at a job that I didn't like. I remember starting an editing position for a major name. I remember not knowing what my next day would bring. And as I looked at the day as a friendly reminder with 48 days left in the year of 2023, I got to thinking, how can I 10x the rest of this year? How can I maximize each and every day to the best of my ability to make sure that I end the year 2023 with the biggest bang that I can ever leave? And that's something I wanted to discuss today because I really think as you start getting into these holidays, the time can fly, right? You can start getting into Thanksgiving, and next thing you know, it's Black Friday, which leads into December, and now you're counting down the 25 days into Christmas. And time can seem to be in a warp where you forget what the goals were, what the aspirations were, because now you're surrounded by buying gifts, buying things for the house, making sure you're in the holiday spirit, as some would say. And I want this episode here to be a reminder that you have 48 days left. And if you're listening to this a day later, week later, month later, you have less than 48 days to potentially alter and change the mark that you leave on this year. And I want you to 10x it for episode 10. Let's just stay on theme. Let's 10x how we end this year. Let's imagine that we are going above and beyond for everything that we do, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So whatever you're doing for these next 48 days, whatever you're doing for the each morning that you wake up, those 48 mornings, those 48 evenings, those 48 nights, try and find meaning and purpose behind it. Try and find passion in everything that you're doing, whether it's something that you are passionate about or not. Try and get in that frequency of being passionate, being abundant, being joyful, being happy, being grateful, being thankful. Start being that individual and start working. Get to work. Because once you have the faith, the next thing that is up is works. Faith without works is dead. So can we get to work for these 48 days? Can we really push the pen to the pad, the pedal to the metal? Can we really get active for these last 48 days and create some type of motion? You have to believe it first. You have to truly think, hey, with this 10x, these last 48 days, can I really be X individual? Can I really be the Y individual that I see? Can I get, even if it's just one step closer to my dream? Can I do it in these next 48 days? If you don't know the answer already, I'll tell you the answer is yes. The answer is always a resounding yes. You can be that individual. You are that individual. But once you believe it, or even if you don't believe it, you have to get to that step first. Before you can 10x and start working it, You have to truly believe that you can be that individual. So one thing that I think you can do to start believing before you even get to the steps of 10xing it, start writing, start journaling. I don't want to step away from the camera because it might take me too long to find it. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it for you. Listen. For those that are listening on the audio and not watching on YouTube, I'm showing a journal. From October 5th is when I started. Morning pages. Just words. There's more there, but I mean, look, it's words. Start journaling, man. You'll get that negative self-talk out of your system. And I mean, I can keep going. You see, you get the picture. You get the point. Start disassociating yourself from whatever that disbelief you have. Start getting away from that. And once you start journaling, you'll start to notice a pattern. For me, I'll give you a prime example, just so you can start to understand when you start going through these things, you have something to reflect back on to say, oh, okay, maybe I'm on the right path, or this is what AJ was talking about, so maybe I'm going in the same direction. Might be a little different for you, but for me, I would start writing, and initially, what would come up was negative self-talk. Was, man, I need to do this. Why can't you do this? You need to get better at this. You not doing the most that you can. Why aren't you the best of the better version of you? Why aren't you blah, 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 right? And after a while, I started to coin this name, Ha, and its initials HA for a higher AJ, a different version of me. And depending on your beliefs and what you think of, I started to look at it as God flowing through my hand, because there was a significant difference in that talk once I got into the mode of a higher AJ. There's a different version of me looking over me right now, or ahead of me, future version of me, who sees where I'm at now. And right now we're communicating through the pages. This might sound very weird now that I think about it, but hey, F it, we ball. I have a future version out there of me who's doing the things that I want to do, who's living the life that I want to live. And I'm in this current state, not struggling, but looking for the answers, looking to how do I get to where you're at, higher AJ, Ha? And he would write back. He would let me know. So now it becomes a dialogue. I sit there and I start writing negative self-talk, and then it started I started asking questions. I start having a dialogue with the future self, the higher version of me, trying to get to where I want to go. And I would ask specific questions. Yo, how do I get XYZ? How do I get the things that I want to accomplish, the things I want done, the things I want to attain? How do I get these things? You're there. And it would write back. And it would give me these answers. And I would just let it flow. And you have to trust and believe that it's giving you the right answers. So once I started getting those answers, now it's time to get into action. Now it's time to move. I can't sit there and ask the question of, I want this, and a response comes with how to get this, and I don't act, or you don't act. You can't make it make sense, right? Can't be asking for these things. The answer comes, but the middle ground is just you working a little bit. It's time to get to work. You said you want it, right? And that's where the belief comes. Because yes, there's going to be trials. Yes, there's going to be errors. Yes, there's going to be failures. Yes, there's going to be mistakes. But if you know that what the end result will be is what you're asking for, what does it matter if you fail? What does it matter if you stumble a few times? Because if you keep getting up knowing that, hey, my goal is to get to this, the only reason you don't get it is if you quit. The only reason is that you don't accomplish the goals is because you stop. So why would you stop for something that you say you want so desperately, something you want so bad, something that you sit and complain about day in and day out, or weeks upon weeks and month after month? This thing becomes a cycle, and you start to realize, I need to get out of it. Sometimes it takes a week for you to realize, oh, I'm in a slump. Sometimes it takes a couple years, and you think, I've wasted some time because I didn't change my paradigm. I didn't align how I viewed the world and the perspectives with my principles. I didn't start gaining new principles of how I'm going to go about things, how I view this world. Whatever you see on the outside is because of what you're thinking on the inside. So start changing how you think. Start changing how you believe. And in direct proportion, you'll start acting in a different way. Because a person that believes has no thoughts of fear, has no thoughts of doubt, has no worries in the world. It believes that they can get it done. They believe that they can do whatever it is they put their mind to, because the mind starts everything. The mind turns ideas into reality. And then we get to work. So start believing, start journaling, start recording yourself, whatever it is, to turn whatever's in here into a reality, into this world that we live in. Start doing that every single day. It's the habits that make the man or the woman. It's what you do day in and day out that then in turn creates the life that you want to live. So if you want to be a better individual, you want to 10x this thing for the last 48 days, start believing that you can. And the person that believes will start to do the things that a person believes does. The be, do, have principle. So start believing. And once we get to that belief point, once we start getting to, hey, I know I'm going to achieve this goal. There is no doubts. There are no fears. And if there is any fear, we will overcome it. We will overcome it with bravery. I'm messing up this quote. I was trying to get real deep. That was going to be a clip. If you have any fears and doubts, that's okay. Be brave enough to go through them and get to your goal. Be brave enough to say, I will overcome every obstacle that comes my way. Because I know within my heart of hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades, that I am going to get what I came here for. You only got one life. Might as well make it happen while you can. Today is the youngest day the youngest you'll ever be. Today is the youngest you will ever be. So go after it. And that's where this 10x work value comes from. Now you've 10x your belief. Now it's time. This is the easy part. 10x in your work is just following the plan. Once you start journaling and you get those ideas and somebody talks back and you have the answers, the only thing left to do is get to work. Now, what comes with that work is sacrifice, because you can't do everything you was doing to get to where you're trying to go. Everything that was once done in the past did not lead to the destination that you're trying to get to currently. So there are some things that you're going to have to drop off in order for you to get to where you're trying to go. I promise you. And you start to see it. You'll start to realize, oh, I can't stay up as late as I wanted to, because I got to get up. I got to meditate. I got to read. I got to journal 3 pages minimum. That's what's required to get to the next step. Oh, I gotta go record. Not only do I have to record, but I have to put in fact that I have to edit this video to get it out this day, to make a short. I gotta start learning marketing. I gotta know how to copyright. I gotta start getting eyeballs on this thing. I'm not doing this for nothing. I'm playing to win this game. What sacrifices come with that? What do you have to shed to become that version of you that you're looking to be? This version of you now, although it's great and it's got you to this point, it hasn't gotten you to where you're trying to go. It hasn't gotten you to your destination. You feel you're taking wrong turns and getting off the highway at the wrong exit. Now you have to backtrack to get back going. Like, it gets frustrating. And now you have to reach a point where it's like, hey, these directions say I need to drop this weight to have this body that I want. You can't skip no steps. Oh, this blueprint says I need to do this every day in order to become this individual, because it's not just me doing it, it's me becoming that person. And that person does this every single day. Gets better, 1% better, 0.01% better every single day. And the only way I can do that, those incremental steps, is to stack them day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And then you're going to look back and it's going to be compounded interest. The compound effect. That $1 that you put in today and you keep putting it in every single day, it's going to turn into a bigger number at some point. People that gamble all the time, they say, yo, start small and increase your bankroll. Trying to hit the moon on that first play, $5 into $1,500 is not going to work. But start with $1. Straight bets, something that you know you can hit. Next thing you know, that $1 is going to turn into 10. But you're playing the same bet. You're placing the same straight bet. Come on, man. Takes a little bit of work. Takes a little bit of sacrifice. Takes a little bit of learning, because you're not going to know everything off rip. But once you start to learn the game, once you start to believe and know that you can accomplish anything you want to, as long as you put your mind to it, and then you start seeing that the work is just a byproduct of your thinking and belief, the 10X will come. The 10X will most definitely come. You just have to put in the time. Sacrifice a little bit of time. Sacrifice a week. Sacrifice a month. Sacrifice these 48 days. And if it doesn't work, come back to me on January 1st and say, yo, bro, that play was trash. I'll look at you and say my fault. But I'm going to have another play for you. I'm going to have something else for you, because we don't stop. On this road to where the 1,000, on this road to wherever we're going, we're not going to stop. The road continues. So please, join me on this journey. Whatever you have going on, join me on this journey to whatever it is that you're looking to become, because we're going to get there one way or another. And I want to get there with you. But if you're not going to go, you can check me out when I'm there. But please, it takes a village. Drop it in the comments what you guys are going after. What goals are you trying to attain? What do you aspire to be in this lifetime? And lastly, we have merch coming out. Don't want to give a hard date, but I do want to say before the beginning of December. So if you like the Stay Goofy gear, we have more gear coming out. Please stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram at _a_holiday. That's where most of the information will be dropped. Follow me on TikTok _a_holiday. We have videos. If you can't sit and fathom 19, 20 minutes of this, and I'm just, hey, I get it. 19, 20 minutes is a long time talking to your boy. But if you only want 15, 20 seconds, and you just want a little snippet, you just want a little, go to TikTok. Dropping content every day. If you're on the audios, please follow along, subscribe. Leave some stars. If it's under 3, please don't. Just as my boy Greg would say. My mama said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So if you ain't got no good stars to give, don't give them. Just DM me personally and say, bro, you are trash. And I'll work to get better. Until next time, and next time is tomorrow. My name's Trey, and I have a basketball game tomorrow. Love, peace, and whatever grease you put in your hair, make sure you do it. Make sure you keep, for those that need something on their lips, keep something on your lips, because I do not want you out here looking crusty. Life is never that serious. Always remember to stay goofy, and the destination means nothing if the journey isn't worthwhile. So always defer to the journey. I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Peace. I said,